Okay, here we go again, guys. It's another episode where we play Dragon Quest. Okay, we love the game, we love the game, we love the play. Because life is a little game, I like to do little anecdotals to compare our quest to what we're going through in the real world right now. Quite the tragedy of Gen Z and those before and onward. Sorry, millennials, we fucked it up. Sorry, baby boomers, y'all fucked it up, but it's okay. So today, once again, this is Dragon Quest. We're doing the Sovereign Quest over here in the Alliance playlist. And the Sovereign Quest, over here at the end of them, you have to help all of the maidens come to terms with their past. Of course, they're not actually alive. Crazy thing about being a maiden. Not actually here with us in the living. They all lived past lives. Of course. And this is kind of what the entire Estark trilogy thing is. Estark is just the eternal evil, you know? Essentially the Icarus, if you will. The warrior that keeps fighting even though there may be no more battles, even though there's probably never going to be another battle ever again. The warrior just keeps fighting. And that is the essence of Estark, I feel like. In Dragon Quest, it's a boss that just keeps coming back. And of course, in this playlist, we have fought him already. But we're helping all the maidens so that we may fight him once and for all and restore peace to Dragon Quest and all that wonderful stuff. This is one of the first super bosses introduced. We'll be going through them all, but while I ramble through whatever these quests entail of, I mean, the gameplay will speak for itself. Most of the quests are pretty simple in this game, which I do love. I believe at the end of both of these, because I think we'll do two today, we're just fighting a boss, getting a little cutscene, and getting flashbacks to our hero of old, you know, our eternal warrior, you know, our boy, if you will. So I believe, oh yeah, I haven't fought these guys, so I'm just go ahead and scanning real quick. I believe that the little cave we have to go to though is this top right one, this pyramid cave up here, and then we'll just go to the boss room. But if you've noticed, the title of this video is a little weird. It always is a little weird. You know that. We know that. Well, we all know that. What I'm talking about today is a little bit of our triad piece, the distance. Okay, the distance and how the distance can mean love, how the love can mean distance, and how they are both intrinsically connected and both separated, and how a lot of people co-opt this in order to, I don't know, I guess, breed off of the chaos of the world and have us all running in circles and chasing our tails like retarded dogs. You see, the thing about it, and what I see a lot of people with my complexion miss, is that the obvious thing, everybody in the world's evil. It's a horrible place. You know, everything's terrible. People keep fucking you over even though you're so kind and so nice and so amazing. Yada, yada, yada. You know, all that bullshit, right? But when we talk about loving distance, we talk about love in general, it's an action. It's something you have to do. And the only reason why I feel like a lot of us think we're some crazy amount of awesome, loving individuals is because we take love in all of our actions, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. It's a good thing, right? But the people who really win at life, they don't put love in every action, but they just do a lot of actions. They don't stop moving. They move through anything, and it doesn't matter who's in the way. It doesn't matter who's getting bulldozed. It doesn't matter who's getting abused. It doesn't matter who is getting stomped over, rolled over, who's suffering because of my eternal plunge for success. And yeah, that is what America breeds us all to be. But I feel like a lot of people with, you know, the darker complexion, they take that darkness and all that racism, and they're like, nah, I gotta protrude it out. I gotta be as ruthless as they are. And you don't, you know, you need as much action as them, but you need distance from that. And a lot of people think they just can't get away from it because it's all over social media. It's all over everything. And I'm like, man, I don't know. For me, it's never been hard to disconnect. It's never been hard to truly be myself and look inside and be like, wait a minute, why am I buying this? Am I buying this to just look cool for somebody, or am I buying this for actual myself? Like, I've always asked these questions. And I think we have to have a lot more people who are willing to put things down and sit with themselves and ask the harder questions about what they truly love or even think they love, whatever concept of that they have. For me specifically, I realize I really don't need much but just a system to grow on. It doesn't even really have to be a video game. Of course, I'm using this game right now. Specifically because it's very easy to play while doing other things, talking about different things. For example, this episode is being done while I'm playing it on the Switch and recording it and watching the footage at the same time. I'm kind of a crazy person because the way my mind works is idle action will definitely bring me to wander in the social media pits and then get all anxietous and horrible things. So I benefit from keeping my attention focused and latched onto something even while I'm not necessarily all the way keyed in on it. Because even while I watch YouTube videos, I am in my mind in a constant dialogue and conversation with the video. I don't know if too many people do that. But I know sometimes when I talk to someone, I'm not really listening to their words. I am just ready to formulate a response. And I'll give an example of this. And this is why you need loving distance, okay? So I tend to walk every day. I've been recently getting back into it because I did injure myself quite recently. I was running and it just happened, whatever. I didn't want to talk about it on the stream, mostly because I didn't want to give the gruesome details, but I realized this is my channel, I can just not give gruesome details. And this is a memory that I kind of want to hold on to because as of right now, I'm back to walking and I can still feel the pain, but it feels a little bit like stronger, And I really didn't go to the doctor. I didn't get any treatment for the pain. I got a pedicure, 'cause I feel like it was just kind of because people care about me and they want to make sure that my foot is not actually broken. So it was kind of like a test, sort of. Felt good though. But that's beside the point. On my walk, I think this was yesterday or today, but on my walk, I walked by. I usually walk by quite a few people working because I usually walk in the morning when it's nice and breezy outside in this hot weather. I'm near the equator, and this guy and this other guy were working across the street. I believe they were painting something or getting some kind of spray fluid. And the guy calls over from the other van, and I'm a little bit of ways away from them walking up. And he calls out and he's like, you got any spray fluid in the van or whatever? And he's like, and he says nothing. And I hear this, and then, I'm just like, okay, well, maybe he has spray fluid, maybe he doesn't, maybe he's doing something. And I sort of glance over. I see bro's just chilling, he's on his phone, he's doing whatever. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna walk by, not really get too nosy or too invested in it, kind of dodge eyes. A little bit of a shy person in real life, but not because I am fearful of, doing or saying the wrong thing. It's mostly because I'm fearful of doing or saying the right thing. People do enjoy talking to me, but we'll get into this a little bit later in this. I realize the distance is really how I show and need to feel love, because my love language is time together. So to love myself, I got to spend some time with me. Got to spend some time with me. But anyways, he asked for the spray fluid again while walking over to him. Dude's just chilling on his phone, doing whatever. And as I'm walking past, the guy says something like, "Oh yeah, I got it because I loaded the thing, blah blah blah, whatever, blah blah blah." And then as I'm walking away, now we're approaching the end. He says in this tone that just makes me be like, I'm confused. Because it seems like they got like some kind of spray or whatever, and then he just says, and this is like the exact. I'll try to replicate it as much as I can with my voice acting. He's like, "Well, I guess we can use this liberally." And that really confused me because, what I've always thought, the whole two political parties, the liberal, the conservative, you conserve, and then liberal, you like sort of, I don't know, freely. And I had to look this up. I really didn't know what the definition of liberal was. But liberally means you use it in large amounts. Like you use it you can just you spend money liberally. But just the way he said it and the way I feel about the word, it just feels like they didn't have a lot. And I feel like that's the main thing that we need to realize about love and anything that can sort of be misconstrued in different tones, because life is all communication. And I've used this analogy tons and tons and tons and times before, but it's like when your friend is down and they're sad and they want some pizza, and then all you have is cake, and you're like, eat this cake because I have it and I made it for you and I love you so much, so you should eat the cake. And they're like, oh, guess I'll eat the cake because I'm your friend, even though I really want some pizza, but it's okay because we're homies. Yay! Aren't other people fantastic? And you eat the cake, and you're like, I guess I'm satisfied. I guess this is what satisfied feels like, when still in your mind you want pizza. And we're all just fooling ourselves to think that this social media bullshit is a suitable suitable replacement for finding somebody who actually gives us pizza in real fucking life. You know, you think, just if I go on social media, I just scroll enough, I can random roll for a pizza, and that'll be great. You know, we don't we love a randomized pizza? I don't. I like a pizza I can come back to, put it in the fridge, reheat it. This analogy is fucking up. I've used it too many times, but you get what I'm saying, guys. The love comes from truly unwinding, taking steps back to the past again, back to the pasta again. And I think a lot of times we forget that you got to do what you really like to do, because everything distracts us with everybody going huge distances, sometimes not even for love, sometimes not even for a crumb of self-respect. But they're leaping, they're making strides, they seem like they're winning, they're doing all this, and it's a lot of cooperated lies, a lot of cleverly cooperated lies. Keep us in the rat race. But this whole time thing, and this whole getting back to people and reaching out and sorry for the late reply, it's all man-made, it's all structure, man. We didn't used to have people jumping down our throats every 5 seconds all the damn time. This is definitely a modern construction to keep us, a little mazed, a little confused, a little lost. So if you are lost, you have the ultimate map. The ultimate map. And all you gotta do is pause the goddamn game and look at it. Life can seem so unfair because it is like Dragon Quest. Okay, every battle is a conversation, and it's a time-based system. It is not turn-based. It's not. So all the people who are taking all these actions and they're doing all this damage to you, you're like, what am I supposed to do? I have to take as many actions as they're taking. No, you don't. You don't, man. You don't. You don't. You have an inherent choice to take as many actions as you need to take. There are moves in this game where you can deal damage to people without expending your resources. And a lot of times you got to realize consecutive normal attacks will still kill the boss. It will still eventually defeat them, and it's not a race. Sometimes all we can afford that day is one attack. All right? And that's fine. It's completely fine. It's completely okay. You got to do what you're able to do. And don't be afraid of the distance. That's the crazy thing, man. So many people are afraid that the distance is going to make them lose it all. And if you do, then good. Good. I feel like a lot of us are lost because we're in this middle class, which doesn't fucking exist. You need to either die completely or be raised from, complete ashes up to oblivion. But that's the problem with life. A lot of people don't accept the people who have done that, who have gone through those trials and tribulations, to be like, yeah, I've come through the fire. I've gone up and down and up and down. People definitely don't respect that shit nowadays. If you're still kind at the end of a journey like that, people are just gonna see another person to exploit, another person to get up on. Because he lost it before, I can make him lose it again. And so, like I said, a lot of people with the darker complexion, they take this as an attack. They're like, okay, well, now it's time to Thanos. Now it's time to blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, man. The greatest way to attack these people is to stay kind, but keep your distance from them. We're not losing our kindness. Maybe it's mean that I'm so nice. I'm a pleasant experience for anybody who cares to click on one of these videos. Maybe that's me. Maybe that's the true evil that we're all trying to authentically spread. But all this, like being ruthless and telling people off and getting indignant about shit or whatever, it's useless to me. I feel like you already know how to do that. That is not something that you need to teach on an online platform. And I feel like a lot of people are trying to teach that on this online platform. I'm like, bro, we all know how to be evil. We all know how to be evil. And if you don't, there's plenty of people to teach, plenty of examples. You know what I'm saying? That's all we look at. You need to learn how to be kind and how to be kind while protecting yourself and avoiding these people who love to do evil and want to convince you that, yes, you do need to do evil as well. No, you don't. You need distance. You need distance and you need an outlet to focus on to just build in. And that's it, man. And I don't care if it's a video game that you're not even posting, man. You just need a little bit of something to build on. I feel like that's what really gives guys and people in general just something to latch onto. For women, it used to be a family. You used to be your kids that you built on. I don't know what you girls have now. I really don't. And I fear for you because of that. I fear for you because of that. Because Mr. Government, he gonna discard your ass immediately. He does not care about you. Yet that's what you're building on. That's what so many women want, is this fulfilling career for some reason. And it's just like, why? Is it the money? Is it the power? I think it's the power, because it can't be the money. You girls, you gotta realize the money is just like an IOU. It's not real. So I think it's the perceived power, and I get that. I get that. I also get that once you get powerful in life, you're not going to want people to know that you're powerful. It's just like the real people who have money and tons of money. They don't want people to know that they have money. They don't even want their family to know they have money. Okay? That's just life, man. And that's what I'm trying to teach you. It's distance. That's how the people that I respect keep their love. It's not by spending it all. It's not by taking all the actions. Your love is your MP, okay? Your love is your mana points. And if you keep spending it and spreading it everywhere, then of course you're going to feel like, well, I got to rely on demon energy now because I don't have any more MP. So, yeah. And that's why I'm saying, like, of course I'm lonely right now. I could use someone. I could use a friend, an ally, or whatever kind of person around me. But I'm not jumping from Discord to Discord and sending a plethora of messages or sending support out or going back to my old friends or doing any of that shit. Because I know that the whole reason I'm in this conundrum is because I didn't spend enough time with myself. I know how to do that already, okay? And I'm pretty sure all you guys, you know how to do that. You know how to be good people. You know how to be bad people. And the cool thing about life and the cool thing about, that asshole that God did is he gave us a choice. So my choice is to spread love, and you have a choice too, man. I'm just noticing, man, a lot of people, who look just like me. Same kind of interests, same kind of, upbringing, maybe a worse story, maybe a better story. And they just choose to spread hate. They choose to alchemize their pain into a sharp knife to threaten, to fear, to spark the kind of thing that put them in that situation in the first place. And I know how cycles work. I may not know how to break them, but I know how to start. I know how to start that breakage. It's not by doing the same thing, I'll tell you that. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here, but hopefully the cycle gets broken. And that's what we're doing on this quest. We really don't know exactly what we're doing with all these flashbacks or who this weird guy is. But Stark can't be, he can't keep being revived, okay? This is just not, it's not going to happen like this if the human race is going to continue on, okay? Somebody's got to step up and kill this guy for good. And it may take my life. It may take Charlie Kirk's life. It may take a lot of lives. I'm cool with that. Anyways, guys, that is Loving Distance. I hope we've come to a better conclusion. I really do want you guys to use your own thoughts and your own perspective on this, though. I just think oftentimes there's always more to the story. There's more love to be held, and sometimes we have to hold it for ourselves. Thank you for stopping by the channel. Do all of the things. Enjoy your moments. and I will catch you guys next time.
Dance, who cares if they nobody? So glad you know me. I'm good being down bad.